Hi everyone, in this video it's going to be a very simple blind test experiment here to see if you can, instantly be able to tell the difference in quality of the video differences that you get with the Canon 5D Mark II, and the cheapest Canon that I've got is the Canon 550D. Now both of them can shoot at 1080p and at 30 frames a second, or 24 frames a second, or 25 frames a second. The 550D can also do it at 60 frames a second. However, the colour is usually a little bit better whenever you're using it at the 1080p for some reason. I don't know why. I just find it is. Anyway, I did similar locations and tried to get similar shots. Tried to get the white balance pretty much the same on each camera and the exposure as well. And let's just see. I'm going to put up one after the other, and let's see if you can see which one is the 550D and which one is the 5D Mark II. And the thing is, I'm not going to give you the answer here. I want you to put what you think are the answers down below, and what I'll do is I'll put the official answers on the blog later on. So here are the first shots. Okay, so that was the first one, and were you able to tell which one was different? Now, I would say I tried to make the settings as close to each other as possible, with the sharpness down, the contrast down, the colour down, all the kind of settings that you want whenever you're doing video stuff on the cameras, just kind of calmed down a bit if you're editing the videos. The other thing is, you'll notice that I'm shooting these in perfect conditions, so bright, sunny, clear days, and I'm using, am I using the same lens? No, I'm using two different lenses. One is with the Canon 16 to 35mm lens, that's obviously on the full frame Mark II, and on the 550D, I'm using the Tokina 11 to 16mm, which actually gives you the same field of view as you do with the full frame lens, the 16 to 35, and they're both f2.8s. However, with the Tokina, I didn't have the aperture control, so I'm having to just kind of guess roughly where it's meant to be. So I think the exposure is the same as what it should be with the 5D Mark II. Anyway, that was the first test. Put your answers down below. Here's another couple. Okay, so there was 5 or 6 clips there for you to try and figure out which one was the Canon 5D Mark II and which one was the 550D. Now, there weren't always 5D Mark II, the first one, and the other one. I mixed it around and played around with it. So again, check on the blog for the actual answers. Now, not only should you just tell me which ones you think were which, but tell me why you think which one was which. Here we're kind of looking at 2 things though. We're looking at the sensor ability, the ability to pick up colours and dynamic range and all that kind of stuff, which I think both the cameras do fantastically. However, it's a little bit of an unfair test in the fact that we're using 2 different lenses and it's not exactly the same settings. So one lens may be softer than the other, have more curvature than the other, or be brighter than the other because the setting wasn't exactly right. However, that's not really what we're looking at. We're looking at more just what you think is better and why you think it's better. Also, you know, in total, the Tokina and the 550D, that comes up to around about, I think you can get all of that together for just over £1,000. The 5D Mark II and the 16 to 35mm lens, that's going to be over £2,000 worth of stuff. So we're talking about at least £1,000 difference worth of kit. Are you seeing £1,000 difference worth of video? Let me know. Cheers. Bye bye.